This is the Performing Songwriter, and my name is Ray Naylor. My guest today is Sarah Chodak. Although only 15 years old, Sarah has received a lot of attention because of her style and her ability to perform on stage. She's been playing at a number of local Philadelphia venues, including the 2017 Philadelphia Folk Festival. I'll be back in a few minutes to talk to Sarah, but first, here she is singing one of her original songs.
Hi everyone, the song's called 14. To feel trapped in this stereotype of 14. There's this notion that I've had no grief for any beliefs. Well, I've got a belief that my age is so irrelevant, and that many people are excellent in being arrogant and well. Grief, well, I've had my isolation and desolation, where I pick myself up again and again and again and again and again, just so I can be beat down by the mighty 14. And 14 apparently means that I can't amount to my dreams, and it gets so extreme that I start to break and break, break and break and break and break until I just can't take it anymore. And well, saying this all feels like a mistake. I feel like it makes me more of a kid, but I'm not kidding around. I feel like I might just drown. Oh, I'm just so worn and beat down. Everyone's got a stereotype of somebody. If you're of the wrong race, you're a criminal. If you're dressed in blue, you're inimical. If you're thinking smart, you're cynical. Well, the whole thing's mythical. I won't bow down to this typical modern world, a world with police or brutality. Deaths are becoming tallies, making the whole world crazy, making my vision hazy. I think we should all release this hate and let the love remain. I think we should also go against the grain of what our judgment has to say. Cause today I'm a person, I'm not a kid, I'm not white, I'm skin and bone. Leave me alone with who I am and am not. Cause who are you to say what I ought to do with my thought? Of anger, cause everyone's testing everyone's patience, and I'm so impatient that this generation can't even have a conversation of what's really happening. I feel stuck, cause if I speak up, I'm told I need to chill with the blow-ups, but enough is enough. I'm not a child. The black man over there isn't angry and wild, and the men in blue can also smile. And then I get angry when I'm told I'm too young to talk about these kind of things, and I am too young to do some things, but I'm old enough to care. At least I can stare these problems in the face instead of bowing down like a clown. I'll be wearing of a frown. Well, I'm so loud, I'll burn this whole town down.
Sarah Chodak,
Hi,
thanks for coming on.
thanks for having me.
I think you're probably our third 15, 16-year-old on the show, so that's great.
That's cool.
I looked for a bio for you, but I didn't see it, so we're gonna do it now. I'm gonna ask you to give a short bio of yourself, your music, like when you started playing, that type of stuff, when you started writing.
Okay, well, I'm 15 years old. I like to call it like folk punk of some sort. I'm from the Philadelphia area. I started playing music when I started really playing music when I was about 12 years old and writing songs at the same time. And so, yeah.
Okay. My next question was going to be your style. You do like a talking thing. You're not, but it's not rap. It's not talking blues like they did a long time ago. So, how would you describe, or how did you develop this type of style? Would you say?
Well, I think a big reason I started doing it is because, like, I have a lot of things to say and a lot of words, and to sing it all would be way too much. You couldn't really fit a melody into all of it. So I think that was one of the biggest reasons. Also, a lot of people that I listen to do that in a way. So I guess just taking a lot of influences who may rap but also kind of do the same thing as me, and also taking the influence of like folk stuff and playing guitar over it instead of being like a rapper and having a beat over it or something. So I guess just taking all the influences and writing poetry and having a lot of words to say.
I would say I know very few people that could write lyrics like you do.
Oh, thank you.
Did that come naturally for you, or was there a learning process for the poetry, or how you'd like to classify it?
I didn't start off right away writing all the lyrics I write today, but I think when I started writing more like poetry or more like faster things I would say instead of sing, I think it did come pretty naturally, I would say. But of course it is a learning process. I think everything is really a learning process, so I'm getting better at it every day. But, so yeah.
Your mom, who's out here,
Yes.
it seems very supportive of your music. How important is that to you?
That's really important to me. I think it is really important. I think there are a lot of kids who want to play music, but they can't because either their parents don't have the money to give them instruments, or their parents just think they should go and do more practical things, I guess. But so it is really important. I don't think I would be able to be here if it wasn't for my mom. Like, I wouldn't have you interviewing me and if it wasn't for my mom. So
I mentioned in the introduction that you played at the Philadelphia Folk Festival, and so I was there when you played, and there were two other young musicians, and I would absolutely say that you got the biggest response as compared to, and everybody was good.
Yeah.
Any idea what you would account that for? People, and I've seen it other places, not just there, but like other like open mics and stuff, that you get excellent response. And yet, have you thought about that? What is it? Why does that happen? That's
a good question. I think a big part of it is my age. I think a lot of people are surprised by how young I am. I also just think it's probably because I'm really different, I guess. I feel like a lot of people see the same thing as coming up on the stage a lot, especially when you're at a festival, because it's a folk festival. Not that no one at the folk festival is bad. It's just it's a lot of folk music, so it's a lot of similar things coming up and playing. So I feel like when somebody comes up and starts speaking instead of singing and being really loud, and they're 15 years old, I think that's a big reason as to why I get such a loud response. Yeah.
I think you're right. You're different.
Yeah.
We're going to hear some more of your songs, and before we do, I'm going to play part of a video of our next guest, who is, her name is Lisa Jeanette. I know you've seen her at Burlap and Bean open mic.
Yeah.
And this particular song that we're going to watch, the video, is called Agree to Disagree. So we'll listen to that now, and Sarah will be back to sing more of her songs. And then we'll be back to talk some more.
Maybe we're at it too long. Maybe there's right, maybe there's wrong. Maybe there's just something we can't see. I know there's nothing new under the sun. I know we're tired, I know we're done. There's just no happy ending. I'm no one to unfriend, and this is not the end. Both have too much history. Remember you talking to me. I've known you since I was a baby. Let's just agree to disagree. Remember when life was so simple? You would make fun of my dimples. We had our limits, but nothing was too dangerous. Something has happened along the line.
This song is called Everything Has to Do with You. Well, sometimes I hold my hand up to the light. Well, it looks so small and fragile in between my fingers. Oh, and sometimes I hold a blanket tight. Oh, and sometimes I let the smell of the cookies linger. Well, sometimes I smile and sometimes I don't. Well, sometimes I rise and sometimes I fall. Well, sometimes I lie and sometimes I take it all. Well, sometimes I think about everything. Oh, and how everything has to do with you. So maybe it's a cage, oh, maybe it's a rage, oh, maybe it's ugly, oh, maybe it's how I think I'm free. Oh, maybe it's how everything is something too. Maybe it's how everything, well, has to do with you. Well, sometimes I go out on the roof. Oh, and sometimes I think about the truth. Well, sometimes I run away and sometimes I'm here to stay. Well, sometimes I lie on my bed and I think about the day. Well, sometimes I sit on the step and I look at the sun rays. Well, sometimes I think about everything. Oh, and how everything maybe I'm living, maybe I'm running, maybe I'm staying, maybe I'm smiling, maybe I'm crying. Well, maybe I'm going insane by the look on your face. Well, maybe I'm going crazy. Well, maybe I'm well, maybe I'm maybe I'm or maybe this is a cage, or maybe this is the rage, or maybe it's ugly, or maybe it's how I think I'm free, or maybe it's how everything is something too, or maybe it's how everything well has to do with you. So maybe it's a cage, or maybe it's a rage, or maybe it's ugly, or maybe it's how I think I'm free, or maybe it's how everything is something too, maybe it's how everything well has to do with you. This next song is called Questions and Answers. Well, what is living? Is it only time that we're killing? Is it a game to make us go insane? Or is it supposed to be fulfilling? Like I'm an actor in this world of circumstances. Well, my circumstance is fine. It's just that I'm forgetting my lines as I sing to the skyline. And well, will someone show me the way? 'Cause today all I can say is that I feel like a convict who's always on the runaway. Well, I just want to fall asleep. Well, all these thoughts someone else should keep. About the downside or the upside, I just don't want to run away. But how do I get rid of this weight that holds me down every day? Well, I was always told to get on my knees and thank God that I can even see. But you see, I can't just forget about the voices in my head, or the fact that no one cares about the unnecessary bloodshed. And well, it's a battle and the answers are scrabbled somewhere. I've just got to declare myself alive and ready to hear 'em. Well, I just want to fall asleep. Well, all these thoughts, someone else should, someone else should, someone else should, someone else should. any day. Thank you. So this next song is called Alive, and thank you, Ray, for having me. This has been a really good time. Yeah. Creating friction and fiction in my imagination. I had my way of dying, crying and denying until I was done going crazy. And well, maybe was just lazy to not help myself, put myself back in structure, tell myself I wasn't a failure, give the lecture the importance of waking up and finding bliss, 'cause that's what I thought. I thought you had to be fine, walking on a straight line, a peaceful dime with your mind, but that's ridiculous now that I think about it. Well, my imagination and fascination is a disgrace aliveness and wholeness of my sadness, and I don't know what to think anymore, and my fantasies now are just waging wars of blood and gore. But I had to stop these thoughts that burn in my head. My hand stopped so it could take the bugs and the withered thoughts out. But my doubt still fought until it was taught that it was fine. But my spine still trembles without my insecurities. My mind, and I'm done creating all these ties, and I want the broken angel and the drugged music back, but I laugh 'cause I can't. It's like ants in my face, and I'm sorry for the complexity, the contradiction in my mind, and well, trust me, I'm kind, but you might not see me for a couple of days, 'cause when I get confused, I'm a fuse, I'm lit, I'm blowing up these words that don't even really matter, 'cause I'm fine with this fear, it's just a tear, and I'm completely insane, and I'm way out of my mind today, but I think I'm doing fine. Oh, I said I think I'm doing fine, 'cause all this means is that I'm completely alive. All this means is that I'm completely alive.
That was a slide of some of the shows for the next couple months, so we hope to see you. Come on back. I heard someplace that you practice a lot.
I do practice a lot, yeah.
Do you find that easy, the practicing and rehearsing?
I mean, it's something I enjoy a lot, just playing. So it's definitely not something I really have to like really think about. It's just something I just instantly want to do. Is when I'm bored, is just grab my guitar and play. So it's definitely easy, and I like it a lot.
Well, you know, you're pretty good at how you go up the neck of the guitar. So obviously you have practice. Any plans to record any of your songs?
Definitely, yeah. I definitely have ideas for an EP coming up, which I would like to come out soon. So definitely look out for something, maybe like April, May, or something.
Okay. Have you started recording anything yet?
I haven't started recording anything, but we definitely have places to go, and I definitely have ideas of what I would like my EP to look like and everything. So,
In addition to the recording, any other plans, let's say for the next year for you?
not too much. I do have a few shows in March. In Philly, I have a feature at an open mic, and I have a festival called a Women's Fest at the Rotunda in West Philly. But besides that, nothing too much.
Okay. If people want to learn about you, what's the best way for them to do that?
If you want more of my music stuff, I would go on my Facebook, since I always post on there. It's just Sarah Chodak. But I mean, all social media really. But if you want to find more about just my music, my Facebook is the best option. But I do post a lot on my Instagram too, and Twitter, and everything is just Sarah Chodak. Simple.
So you can be friended at a number of places.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Sarah, thank you very much for coming on and sharing your songs.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Okay, you're welcome. We'll be back probably in about 2 weeks with Lisa Jeanette. See you then.